Thank you. You might hear some distortion in my voice. I have a little bit of cold, but no Ebola or any of that stuff. So, well, thanks, Madam Chancellor. Thanks, the President and the faculty, especially the one that voted for me. I think that's the one. And I thank, of course, the students, the parents, and the friends for this special day. Today, I will not preach for you. I have 4 children, and I know from my wife's and myself experience on events like this, they are not interested in the convocation speaker to go on and preach. And they really don't want to listen to any of that stuff. They want to get to the party. And so I'm going just to leave you with bullets. They all emphasize one word. If I can get you all, graduates, to go home today with this one word, then I succeeded. And this word is called passion. That is the word I want to leave you with today. So, and you can look it up if you like to find about it. When I was your age, I did not know what a Nobel Prize is. And this is true. I came from a very distinguished historical country called Egypt. Alexandria Library was the shine of the world in science and technology. I went to the University of Alexandria myself. But during my time, the word Nobel Prizes were for the West. You hear about it in America, in Europe, in Canada, you have some, and so on. So I didn't really think of this. But for some reason, I was truly passionate. And I don't know where it came from. Is it genetic? Is it the food I was eating? I have no idea. I was passionate about acquiring knowledge. I was passionate about learning. I didn't even have a pressure from the family at the time. But my drive to learn more and more is actually what took me to America. True, I was the first of my class, but that was not enough. I had to have my own passion that drives me and go to the best institution in the Western world. Going to the United States, I encountered numerous challenges. Don't believe anybody that tells you that the challenges before were less or more. Your generation have certain challenges, we had other challenges. My challenges were scientific. As I mentioned, I was the first in my class, but our sciences were different from what I'm learning at the new institution. So I had to learn all of these languages. Culturally, I met you the challenge. I come from the quote unquote the East, and I'm going now to the West. The culture is somewhat different, and one has to readjust into this new culture and to assimilate in it in a positive way. And that takes energy. And finally is the political opportunities or political challenges. Again, we come with different ideas and we come with different ideologies. And these political challenges was quite significant when I arrived in 1969. But again, passion wins. Passion wins. Because I survived And I became in the United States for more than 40 years, acquiring many of the positions that I could not have dreamed of achieving when I was at your age. It was passion that took me through all of these challenges. Beginning with research at Caltech. Caltech is a wonderful institution, produced to the world so far 35 Nobel Prizes in the sciences and in the medicine. And to be among such faculty was intimidating. And so we were thinking of whole new ideas. My idea at the time as an assistant professor, and as you heard from Professor Gary, was to visualize how atoms move on their space and time. If I have listened to all the experts, including some Nobel Prize winners at the time, who said, this cannot be done. I'll be in violation of things called the uncertainty principles and all of that stuff. Not only that, they saw in it that there might not be too much of a way of application or usefulness. Well, that didn't stop me. And again, it was passion that wins. Because at the end, with my group at Caltech, we did the work in less than 10 years from being hired as an assistant professor that was cited by the Nobel Prize. Usually the Nobel Prize in Science and Medicine is given close to the age of 70 to 80. I was very fortunate to be the sole recipient in the early 50 of my age. So it's not only me, it's the passion, the enthusiasm to what I wanted to be doing.